All right, it's a rumor going out there saying that the Detroit Pistons is one of Lonzo Ball's destinations because they are saying that the New Orleans Pelicans are wanting to go in a different direction. Let's talk about it. That subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support from everybody out there. Don't forget to check out our Detroit Piston talk playlist for more videos like this. And Charlotte and the Detroit Pistons, I think, were the two most likely destinations for Lonzo Ball early on. Now, New Orleans is going through a transformation right now. I heard they're gonna fire Alvin Gentry and they're gonna look to replace him with either Jason Kidd or Ty Lue, who are both LA assistant coaches. Ty Lue is with the Clippers on the end of the bench after turning down a Laker job for a low ball, and then Jason Kidd is assistant coach on the Los Angeles Lakers. So I mean, Lonzo in Detroit, we talked about it last year when LA was dealing them. I said I would love to have him here. Right now, that's a difficult question. You know what I'm saying? He did improve, but during the bubble, they said he looked checked out. He didn't look good in the bubble at all. I watched a lot of their games. New Orleans didn't look good at all. I mean, Drew Holiday struggled. Brandon Ingram was hot. He was hot and cold in the bubble, and it just seemed that they couldn't really get that momentum going. So is it unfair to point him out as the bubble bum? Yeah, it's unfair because a lot of those guys didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? Zion, he struggled in the bubble a little bit with his minutes being staggered up and down. So, at the end of the day, it's funny after 1 year they give up on him, and his daddy hasn't been a non-factor as far as distractions from what we know through the headlines and the press clipping. So, I mean, he really improved his shooting. I think he shot almost 40% from three. He seemed, in the regular season, he seemed pretty good. I watched some of their games. Him and Zion had great chemistry. But I really think there's a conflict of interest with him, Drew Holiday, and Brandon Ingram. I think Drew Holiday is best with the ball in his hand. I think Brandon Ingram is best when he's facilitating and he pounding the ball into the hardwood and making things happen. So they're probably looking at, we can keep Drew Holiday. He can do the same thing Lonzo can do. He's probably not the facilitator, but he can handle the ball. If Brandon Ingram can't handle the ball, then we can go with Drew Holiday. So, and also the $1 million question is he's eligible for extension this season coming up next season. So New Orleans got to pay Brandon Ingram. They're going to play Zion at once upon a time. They're paying Drew Holiday pretty good. They can't afford to keep all those salaries on deck. So if Lonzo play really well next year and they keep him and he play like an all-star level, then you got to pay him. You're not going to want to pay him. So it sounds like they want to move on from him, and I still think he got a chance to be really good in the league. Chauncey was another guy that hopped around the league, and he got to Detroit and it clicked. So I don't think Dwayne Casey's the guy to make it click for Lonzo Ball, but he helped make it click for Kyle Lowry. So maybe he can sprinkle his little pixie dust magic on Lonzo head, and he can make it work for Lonzo here. But to be honest, man, that draft was just terrible up top. With De'Aaron Fox, not De'Aaron Fox, but Markelle and Lonzo. But then Josh Jackson, he from Detroit, he got into some trouble, and in Phoenix it was just a lot of motherfuckers that need the ball in their hand. Excuse my language. It was Josh Jackson, T.J. Warren, Devin Booker. I mean, that child, please, that wasn't gonna work. You see, T.J. Warren is like one of the bubble MVPs on the Eastern Conference. Then you see Josh Jackson got in trouble at Rolling Lounge last year, and he had to work his way through the G League to earn his trust back, and he's a good ball player. Josh Jackson still can be an NBA All-Star. He's another guy I want to see Detroit bring in, but bringing hometown kids back home don't really work. And a little nugget is he was in the stands throwing shit at Ron Artest and them at the Malice at the Palace. He talks about that. So, but other than that, man, you look at the situation, you ask yourself, would you bring in Lonzo Ball? That would enable them to draft a center that some of you guys want. Maybe Wiseman or the kid from USC. A lot of people say, oh man, Christian Wood can't play center. He a 4. Shit, Anthony Davis light as hell too. Christian Wood put on 10 pounds. He about the same size as Anthony Davis so fast. It ain't too many dominant centers on both ends. He did better than Joe. He did better versus Joel Embiid than Andre Drummond ever did, from my memory, last year. He held his own versus Rudy Gobert. But if they want to go to center position, trading for Lonzo and enable that. Now, would I trade a first round draft pick for Lonzo? Hell no. I'm like Luke Kennard and Bruce Brown or something like that. And I like Bruce or Luke Kennard, and I don't know who else they want, but I'm not trading no first round draft pick for Lonzo Ball. If I get Lonzo Ball from New Orleans, it's gonna be for a deal that I deem acceptable. If I'm Troy Weaver, and thinking about how that would fit, to be honest, if Dwayne Casey preached pace, that should fit pretty well. Blake Griffin, I'm just gonna say I don't think Blake Griffin gonna be here next year, but if he is there, he can play with Lonzo. That's the only player I have a problem with, because Blake Griffin like to have a ball in his hand at this point in his career. But they can draft Anthony Edwards. I would be comfortable with Edwards at that point. Put Lonzo next to him. I mean, Diambo can get up and down the floor. Wood can get up and down the floor. You'll have a really exciting team that can get up and down the floor. So all you put Anthony Edwards with Lonzo, that'll work. You know what I'm saying? Lonzo can defend. Anthony Edwards, pretty strong and brute. You want to put Obi Toppins with him? You want to go out there with Obi, Diambo, and Christian Woods and get up and down the floor? That'll work. You want to put James Wiseman? I don't know who at the door. Got to be the mail lady. You want to put James Wiseman there? You know what I'm saying? He can get up and down the floor with Christian Wood and Diambo. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it'll work. It'll work with a number of different draft picks. Obviously, it won't work with you might can work with a Tyrese Maxey, what's his name, from Kentucky, but I wouldn't really like that combination. I wouldn't like to pair him with another point guard. So, obviously, if Spencer Dinwiddie's still out there that people want, but he said he don't want to come to Detroit. I mean, you got Chris Dunn still out there. He can't really shoot, so everybody feel like if you're a point guard, you got to shoot 39 or 40% to keep up with Steph doing and what Dame doing and guys of that caliber is doing. My point is this: you just got to be able to hit it every now and again, and you got to be able to facilitate. But, I wouldn't be opposed to bring Alonzo in, because then it opens up multiple possibilities. It opens up multiple possibilities for players, for draft picks. You know what I'm saying? If you still want to move and get another draft pick, that'd be hard for us to acquire Lonzo and then have enough assets to bring another draft pick into Detroit. That'd be tough, but if you get Lonzo, that's like getting another draft pick, and hopefully you develop in them and stuff going. People say, well, what if we can get LaMelo and pair him with Lonzo? I'm good on that one. One ball brother is enough. Then you're going to have LeVar out here being a problem. We're going to be pressured to sign the other ball boy. You know what I'm saying? I told you my prophecy was going to come true. LiAngelo, Lonzo, and LaMelo all on the Detroit Pistons. Championship. We'd get a lot of national televised games if we got Lonzo and LaMelo Ball on one squad, though. Hey, man, we'd be on TV every day. They'd probably be fighting in the locker room and shit, man. That shit'd be funny if they did do that, man. I don't think the Pistons, they not that type of franchise. Leave that to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks will do something like that. They'd trade for Lonzo and bring LaMelo in. The ball backcourt. Ball, brother. LeVar eat that up. But that could be a possibility. I mean, what if you trade for Lonzo, thinking you ain't going to get LaMelo, and LaMelo fall to your lap, you got the 4th or 5th pick in the draft, and people pass up on him, and he fall in your lap, and you be able to pair LaMelo with Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Pistons about that life, though. But Tom Gore's thirsty for ticket sales, because when he moved from the Palace, he kept all the parking money and all that. Now he's sharing the parking money with everybody downtown, and he took a loss moving the team financially from the Palace to downtown. But, this is called the Detroit Pistons, not the Auburn Hill Pistons. We should be playing in Detroit. The Lions made the flip from the Silver Dome, like, shit. People be killing me, dog. Like, this our hometown team. Ain't the motherfuckers the Pontiac Lions then. The Auburn Hill Pistons. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nowhere in the Metro Detroit area. Those little bit drives out. I like going to Great Lakes Crossing and out there. But those some drives out. It's nowhere near the Metro Detroit area. And I understand, like, the Cowboys play in Arlington and all that. This ain't that. We need our teams downtown. And that's just my opinion on it. The Red Wings going to stay downtown. The Tigers downtown. That's what we need. The Pistons and the Lions. So now they can start developing downtown and putting it together like they need to develop it. They changed Kobo from racist Kobo. Y'all don't know Albert Kobo was racist. I think that's his name. I did a video on it. Just put Motor City Sports Talk in your search engine and put Kobo in there. and you and I had a history about why Kobo, how Albert Kobo, I think his name was racist. And just a little nugget, he was a guy that came in for the financial crisis. We was having a financial crisis, or whatever, and he was an auditor. He was handling the books or whatever, and eventually he made his way up to mayor somehow. They outsourced him from a third party, and he didn't want to, blacks in Detroit. He was against, building projects and black houses in the city of Detroit. He wanted to keep the black South. So basically, that's kind of how that story goes as well. But let me know what you guys think about, possibly bringing Lonzo in. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Best way to donate personally is share the video. Don't forget you can always reach out Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm really on Instagram. So check out the first two. But other than that, appreciate the love, support. Check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Y'all know what it is. Let me know what y'all think about possibly trading for Lonzo. Are you going to roll with another point guard in the draft? What about drafting LaMelo and trading for Lonzo? What you think about that? One time for the one time we don't.